Hi, I am Ayush, the co-founder and CEO of Distinct Horizon. So my journey started when I was 10 years old, and I was really passionate and I was very touched by all the pain and suffering that I was seeing around me. And I swore to myself that I want to create a large-scale change and reduce all this injustice in the society today. Moving ahead, so when I went for my BTech at IIT Madras, I did mechanical engineering from there. I started speaking to a lot of people, and I realized that the root cause of many of these issues in the Indian society today is because of a weak rural economy, and in particular, a weak agricultural sector economy that we see today. And because farmers are really making very low incomes, they are actually suffering. Many of them migrate desperately to cities and also suffer there in slums, etc. And essentially, I realized that what I really want to do is create a large scale change in agricultural incomes. Now moving ahead, so I after IIT I went on to do investment banking and strategy consulting, just to hone my managerial skills. And then after doing that, created an initial team to actually bring out some solutions that could increase incomes for farmers. So after creating the team, we went on to interview hundreds and thousands of farmers across India and Bangladesh, and we also met a lot of agricultural experts across the two countries. So we finally met Mr. B.B. Singh from Tata Chemicals. So he was the head new business development there at that time. So he gave us a very good insight into what was really happening. So he definitely agreed that the agricultural economy is weak and the farmers' incomes are really low, and that is a major problem to solve. However, he also pointed out that the environment is also being very hugely affected because of agriculture, and in fact agriculture is one of the biggest polluters of the planet today, and something needs to be done on that side as well. He also told us that there is this technique called fertilizer deep placement or urea deep placement, and that technique, being more scientific, can be used to reduce all this environmental damage and make agriculture more sustainable, while also almost doubling the profits of farmers. Essentially, so this particular technique seemed to be the solution to bring about this large scale change that we really want to see in agriculture today. So essentially what happened is, so Mr. B.B. Singh had been involved in trying to spread urea deep placement or fertilizer deep placement across India, and he realized that this technique is not going to spread widely until and unless there is a mechanized machine that can make it happen. And that is because the technique of UDP is essentially very labor intensive, and unless you can have a machine to do it, he clearly said that it cannot spread widely. And that is what his strong suggestion to us was, that if you guys can do this, if you can make this machine and implement this technique for farmers, you are going to create a very large scale change. So we got really inspired, and we felt that we have now found what we were looking for, and we can create that change with this technology. So essentially we came back motivated, and we started working on this machine. So essentially we developed the first few versions of the machine. There were a few challenges in terms of technology, finance, overcame all those, and went on to the 6th version of the machine, which was actually successful and smoothly working, which we could test out with the farmers. So once we took it out to actual fields with farmers as well as many people from Tata Chemicals as well, we got a very strong feedback, and that was that your machine reduces the labor requirement and makes it somewhat feasible to do urea deep placement or UDP. However, it is very difficult to use, and I don't think I can use this regularly. So essentially with that strong feedback, we felt that something needs to change. And the farmers and scientists also told us one very clear feedback, that we would want a tractor based machine that could do this, and that would be very easy for us and we would be willing to use it actually.